to allow a job, a career, a relationship to be the end all be all for you and to be the biggest goal is depriving yourself of seeing how worthy you are for just being you. And okay, there you go. Ah! Inches. Stop. I'm small like that. I'm flexible like that. I can really move around like that. What? Anyways. What's happening, chat? It's Jasiiahz. And I really am... We're good. I'm tripping for no reason. Anyways, what's happening, chat? It's Jasiiahz. And heavy energy when it comes to accepting change. And not just accepting change, but allowing change to come into your life to show you how equipped you are to handle the change, to make something of the change, to make something out of what you believe is creating turmoil in life. Like, I have come to the conclusion for me that, like, change is obviously inevitable. It's the one thing that's going to continuously happen, but it's the one thing we want to continuously happen, because within change there is newness, within change there's renewal, within change there's the opportunity for new experiences. But hear me out here. I have been so called lately when it comes to change to not only just be accepting of the change, but to also be in a state of mind where when change comes, there is no attachment to the outcome of how I show up. And that's hand in hand with simply just not trying to control everything. Like, when there's change prevalent in my life, I sit back and I don't even want to necessarily say I don't try to understand the change, but instead of trying to understand the change, instead of trying to just like meticulously make everything that's changing in my life go a certain route, go a certain way, look a certain way, I instead perceive the change as just like a call of attention. Like, if there's change within an aspect of my life, I perceive that change within the aspect of my life as a call for attention. So if there's a change within my relationship, within my family, within my finances, I perceive that change as, okay, there is turmoil within this aspect of my life and it's calling me to change it. It's a call for attention. It needs to be given attention. It needs change, and it needs renewal, and it needs a sense of newness. And so in order for that sense of newness to come in, and in order for me to fulfill that change as it's meant to, as it's divinely orchestrated to, then I need to release the attachment behind what it is I'm attached to in that aspect. Because change and attachment are like hand in hand, and attachment is like this with change because it's the opposite scale that is important. So when you think of attachment, you think of codependency, you think of simply just having to have one part in order to have the other. One cannot exist without the other, and that's what your attachment is your true key belief that, okay, I'm attached to this because without it I am essentially not capable of being who I am, which is crazy when you say it out loud, because that's letting your power be given to that situation when you're attached. If I'm attached to a relationship, I now give that relationship power. Why do I give that relationship power? Because it's having time. It's having time, and it's having space, and it's having this just energy within my life, within my reality, and that's giving that power. And so now I'm attached to that specific thing. I now have my power being stripped away from me, and by power I mean my ability to show up as the best version of myself. The best version of myself is not going to show up every day attached to X, Y, and Z. The best version of myself is going to actually show up detached. The best version of myself is actually going to show up in every moment, ready for just the change, ready for this renewal, ready for this rebirth, ready for anything that comes my way, because that's the only thing that I can do. I can't sit here and try to meticulously change everything to go my way. In that aspect, I'm not allowing the universe, I'm not allowing God, I'm not allowing anything outside of me to play a part in the changes that are happening. And if I don't allow that to play a part in the changes that are happening, I'm depriving magic within my reality. So you see how it's like this big loop. It's like I need to stop trying to meticulously control all the change that is coming up in my life. I need to start detaching from how I want to see certain outcomes, how I want to see results, how I want to see my future. And instead, in every single moment that I'm in, I need to embody the version of myself that is already where I want to be. I want to be somewhere, right? So if I want to be there, what is that version of myself doing? And it's truly rooted in that change. I'm telling you, this season for me, and just I feel like this year, and just this, a lot of the seasons coming up, is going to be a key emphasis on change and detaching. Because where I'm at within my life is like boom, boom, boom. Every single boom that I just did is change, by the way. Boom, change, boom, change, boom, change. You know what I mean? And every single time that there's this change within my life, and what we can call it, not just change, because I keep hearing change, 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 change. It's really opportunity for newness. Like, and sometimes it's not gonna be the prettiest, and it's not gonna be what I expect, but it's still divinely guided change. It's still divinely orchestrated newness that is being placed within my life. And that cannot be placed within my life if I'm holding on to the old. If I am so fixated on this old reality of these old attachments, whether that is relationships, family dynamics, or even materialistic possessions. If I'm so fixated on anything, and I'm attached to anything outside of me and my mindset and how I perceive the world, if I'm attached to anything outside of that, then I now create a reality where my worth is simply tied to that of which I'm fixated on. So when I fixate myself on a career, when I fixate myself on a job, when I fixate myself on a relationship, I'm now creating a reality where I am giving my power, and I'm depriving myself of my worth outside of what I'm attached to. So I'm depriving my worth by simply attaching myself to the job, to the career, to the relationship, because I'm now allowing that job, that career, that relationship to add to my worth. And one thing about it, it's okay to have something add to your worth, but it's not. Like, I believe that every single one of us is already worthy, just as we are, just as the human beings that we exist as. Like, that's it. There's nothing to it. Nothing outside of you will make you worthy. You are worthy just existing. You have literally been divinely curated, created, and placed on this earth with a purpose, and you just existing is enough. But that ambition, that desire, that goal, that dream that you have placed within your heart is literally what is your purpose. And you were put on here to have that fire within you, and to literally let that fire consume you from inside out, to shine so hard to where you are like, it's your literal purpose to go after what fires you up. You know what I mean? So it's like, to allow a job, a career, a relationship to be the end all be all for you, and to be the biggest goal, is depriving yourself of seeing how worthy you are for just being you, and just being your authentic self, and just allowing yourself to express yourself unapologetically. And I'm so big on like expressing yourself unapologetically, and that is the power, because that is the power. Like, do you understand that there's billions of people on this earth, and you're following the trend that millions are doing, and you're trying to do the same thing that millions are doing? Baby, there are billions of people on this earth. You are one of them. And why are you trying to be like everyone else? Why are you trying to fit in? Don't get me wrong, we do love a little good trend here and there, but like, make your own trends. Start your own. Just everything. Because like, your perspective, who you are, how you show up, what you're doing is different. It's unique. And it's different and it's unique because you're doing it. You're showing up in that environment. You're showing up in that space. So you better hold yourself like that. Like, yeah, the divine did send me in this room. They sure did. And I sure am going to walk in here confidently. And that's because everything happens for a reason. And so the change, the attachment, confirmation, excuse me, the change, the detachment is key in order for you to get into where you want to go. Because where you want to go is bigger than you. And so if it's bigger than you, you have to realize that like, you can't be attached to such little things, and you can't be attached to the materialism of this world. You can't be attached to the 3D reality, because this is a spiritual experience. We are living a human experience, but it's a spiritual one. We just get to live. I forget the saying, but it'll come to me, and I know what I mean. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. We're humans living a spiritual experience, or we're basically, it's not just a human experience. And so when you literally fixate your worth on these human materialistic attachments, these 3D just factors of your life, and you allow those factors of your life to be your worth, you deprive yourself of the beauty of your spirit, your essence, who you are. Because who you are and just your essence is worthy. It's enough. And it's a misconception to believe that you need to do X, Y, and Z. You need to be X, Y, and Z in order to be worthy of anything you want. You're worthy just showing up. You're worthy just being you. And change better not make you falter. It better not make you waver on that worth that you have. Your external reality, your 3D, better not make you think that you're not worthy of what you know you're worthy for. Because one thing about it, and I said this today and I need to stand on it, is when you're placed into an environment and everything around you is not, I want to say, how you want it to be, are you going to succumb to everything around you that's not acting how you want it to act? Or are you going to go within and you're going to genuinely continue to be who you are in that environment, even though it's not the environment you want to be in, or it's not the environment that you just feel called to be in? Then are you gonna show up in that environment as you still, and allow yourself to take up space in that environment authentically as you, or are you gonna allow that environment to bring you down and make you feel as if you have to succumb to that environment and, I want to say, fit into that environment? And I'm gonna tell you there is a right answer, because, oh baby, don't let me find out you allowed the external reality to affect how you show up. No, the external reality better not affect how you show up. If me and the 3D are in the same room fighting, or if me and the 3D are in the paint, you better help the 3D, because I promise you I'm gonna make the 3D succumb to everything it needs to succumb to, so that I can authentically shine and so that I can exist how I meant to exist. Believe that. And it better be the same for you. That's just what it is. Yeah. And honestly, I say that because, like, I'm getting over this period of melancholy in my life. Like, I've just been so obsessed with just being sad. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I've just been obsessed with being upset. And it's not necessarily obsessed, but I'm just familiar with being in a melancholic state of mind. So I'm breaking out of this melancholic state of mind, and it's like discomfort. It's uncomfortable for me to be happy. Isn't that crazy? And I say it out loud, and that's so sad, but it's accepting that reality and knowing that in this discomfort I will create change. In this discomfort I will show up as who I want to show up as, because that's an opportunity right there. That discomfort is an opportunity. Like, I'm tired of the sad songs. I'm tired of the relationships that I harp on that could have been. I'm tired of the how it could have played out scenarios in my head, because it all happens. The only moment that exists is now. And again, if the 3D is not how I want it to be, that doesn't mean I'm gonna just be sad about it and be a victim about it. I need to show up as if the 3D is exactly how I want it to, so that it can become what I want it to. And that's it. Remember that. Believe that and live by that. Don't play with me any fucking ways. We out. This boy has like been literally just like, you know what? Let me stop. I'm in a fishbowl because this is like not my whip. And so like, anyways, we're out. Chat later. Love, peace, light, divinity, all of that. I'm sending it to you. I hope you feel it. And later, loves. Mwah.